Yo, welcome to another episode of the Broad Points Podcast. I am your host, the broad that points, the broad with the points. It's me, Tyler, the lady. And this week, I'm just so happy to be here. I am living after a theme night out with the ladies. If you guys don't know, I love a theme night. I love to dress up, any excuse that I can to make a costume and act a fool it's my favorite activity. So let's jump into it. To start off, let's say you are loved and you are lovable. I believe sometimes we can get so caught up in our own bologna sandwich that we forget just how lovable we are. And where your focus goes is truly where your energy flows. So to focus on, all of the things that you want to say are, and I put this in air quotes, wrong with you, is just really making you feel down. It's just bringing more of that into your life. But if we focus on how loved we are and how lovable we are, it's just inviting more love into our life. And so, with that, shall we jump in to the fundamental phrase for the week? I think we shall. It's absolutely fitting because I was dressed as a man last night, and this week's fundamental phrase comes to you from none other than Joe Dirt. Life's a garden. Dig it. It's so stupid. Joe Dirt, if you're nasty. It's just, that movie was such a good movie. I couldn't even tell you how many times I watched that movie growing up. David Spade is one of our comedic legends, truly, of this lifetime. And that movie was just so ridiculous. And also, how true is this phrase? Life is a garden, and we must indeed dig it. We have to put in the work in order to have that garden flourish. In order to have the life we want, we have to put the work in. And I think that this also comes with just a precautionary warning of balance. It is important to say both yes and no in this life. I actually have I consider it one tattoo, but everybody's like, oh, I love your tattoos because they're on two separate parts of my arm. But it's one is a mountain and one is a waves. And both of them are in black and white because yes and no is black and white. There's no gray area between yes or no. Maybe is just, why are we doing maybe? What maybe is like, maybe I'll get to it. Maybe I'll try. Maybe it's just false hope. Let's just be straight with it. Let's just say what it is. We don't always have to beat around the bush. We can just say, yes, we want to do this, or no, we don't want to do this. And those answers obviously will depend on your circumstances. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling physically? What about emotionally? What's going on with you? It's important to sit and ask ourselves these questions before we just commit. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Another legend. Another one. Just so good. So many great things that man has done. And, in Yes Man, he just goes around saying yes to everything. And now, while I believe saying yes is important, saying only yes can be crippling. We only have so much energy, so much time to give. And we have to prioritize the things that we want to do. right? We have to prioritize ourselves first. Because guess what? If there's no you, nobody else gets anything that you offer. Yeah, that's why we got to put us on one. We are one. And that's why sometimes we have to say no. And, it's so funny. I said yes yesterday to going out as I found this Instagram video. It was probably from TikTok. You know me. I'm not great. I'm not hip with social media. I just go on there from time to time. The first thing that pops up when I go to post something, that's usually what I'm seeing. I'm trying not to do the death scroll thing. You can waste a lot of hours just scrolling through the social media. And so I'd found this thing on Instagram where it was saying, this is your sign to have a ladies' league night. Meaning, this is your sign to go out dressed as men and go bowling. And so I posted it to the group. A bunch of people didn't show up. We did have a very solid crew, I would say. We were just having a great time. And one friend said no. A couple of friends said no. They said, I can't make it. And to them, I say, thank you. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for knowing that you needed your energy for other things. There are times when we have to say no. There was once a party that I did not go to because I was just not there. I couldn't do it, like mentally, emotionally. I was in kid mode. We had some friends in town. I love these friends, and the kids just wipe you out, man. Like, I don't know how you parents do this 24/7, but kids wipe you out. They just suck all the life from you. And then it was like, oh, and now go to this twerk party. And, I said no to that. And I'm very sad that I said no to that because it was like one of the last parties for this person being in town. But I knew that I could not show up in the way that I wanted to show up. And so sometimes we have to say no. Sometimes we have to recharge. We need the balance. And that is exactly why I got that tattoo on my arm. My mother hates it. She just hates tattoos. She thinks mine are pretty. She'll say nice things about them. But she's also like, why did you need to put that on your body? And I'm like, because it's art. Also, when we're putting in the work, sometimes we get off track a little bit. That's okay. We must persevere. We must persevere. I have a tale for you. Another tale where I've been trying to make a cookbook. I've been writing down recipes for years in this notebook, and this notebook up and disappeared. I have no idea where this notebook, where all of my recipes have been written down for the last few years is. It's a nice yellow notebook. It's bright. I should have been able to find it by now. No such luck. Possible that I donated it. So if you went down to the revivals and you found yourself a yellow dot notebook and it had a bunch of recipes in it, you're welcome. And I could have said, hey, you know what? I'm done. This is my sign to not do the recipe book. I'm over it. I don't want to do it. Guess what? I did not say that. I did not do that. Instead, I bought a new notebook. Yes. And I've been writing down a list of all the recipes that I want to add into this notebook. But before that, I even numbered all of the pages in my notebook, the new one. Why, do you ask? Because I'm making a table of contents. Yes, a table of contents. I don't know if you ever did this in school, but we did. On the first day, we would have to go in and we would have to number every single page in our composition notebooks. And then as you went through, you could add that lesson or whatever you put on that page into your table of contents so that you can easily track and find where the heck things are. Something that I was not actively doing in this old notebook. It actually was driving me crazy in this old notebook because in order to find the recipe that I wanted, I just kind of had to flip through pages until I got there. And I was accumulating quite a bit of recipes you guys. It was not just one flip to the thing unless I had it bookmarked, which, from time to time I did. But other than that, it's flipping through all these pages. Nobody just wants to flip through pages aimlessly. That's horrible. Table of contents. Organization. It can be our friend. It can. It can. We must persevere, though. We must. And speaking of persevering, SOS Studios reopening was, by the time you guys listen to this, 2 weekends ago. It was on the 15th of November, and I attended. I thought I was going to be able to go all day. Again, I had to preserve my energy in order to do other things, and as a result, I went in, I met new people, I did a yoga class and a cell rejuvenation stretching class, which includes cupping. I've never been cupped before. At least not in your standard cupping way, So this was a new experience for me. I mean, they put some cups. I think that's what you call just cups. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I just went in for a demo. And this demo was crazy because they put it on my shoulders and it just I couldn't move my shoulders. I was like, why can't I move them? They're like, oh, you're so tight. And I don't doubt that. I really don't doubt that. Working on a computer, working at a desk job, this is another reason why I need movement for balance. Balance is more than yes and no. Balance is also stillness and movement. We need both. We do. And so it was a really fun time at the SOS reopening. They have new floors. You guys, these floors are so fresh. They are so clean. I mean, you could just slide all around on them. They're all just, I think laminate is probably what they are, but I don't really know because I'm not a floor expert either. What I do know is I can slip and slide around on them now. Before, there was a lot of traction. That's the way that I'll put it. And so, to have the new floors, the gym is it's beautiful. Beautiful job that they're doing down there at SOS. They have a ton of different dance classes. And so, if you are feeling like you want to try a dance class and you live in the Coachella Valley, hey, guess what? Palm Desert, there's a studio that has numerous classes, a variety of classes. They have ballroom, they have contemporary, they have hip hop, they have bachata, they have, what else do they have? All sorts of things. Please check them out. Oh, pole fitness is there. So many things, you guys. You can do it all. You could do it all. You could do one thing. You could do it all. Whatever you can afford. Let's be responsible here. Oh, my goodness. Expansion, right? This reopening was expansion. Life is about expansion, expanding our knowledge, expanding our reach, and truly, I feel like embodying our purpose. And maybe you don't know what your purpose is. Well, guess what? By expanding, we can reach a new level of exposure. Yes, this can mean multiple things. Maybe you're inspired by something, or maybe you connect with a community who sees you for what you are and for your purpose. They champion you to be your best self and to pursue your dreams. And how does one expand for exposure? Guess what? It's the best. You do the things you like to do. Yes, when you do the things that you like to do, you end up finding your community. You find people who also like to do those same things. It's the best. Last night, like I said, I went out with some girlfriends and we dressed up as men. I honestly did such a good job. It was hilarious. Matt was so uncomfortable. He was like, "You did too good." I put in blue contacts. I had been Chucky a few years ago for Halloween, and I had these blue contacts that I did not use. Oh, Missed opportunity, right? Guess what? Last night was the night. So I went ahead, I put in those blue contacts. I put on a hairnet to flip over my hair into the front of my head because my hair is really thick and it was not staying up with just clips or a rubber band. It was just too thick. So hairnet that has a hole in the top of it, you could just pull it around your neck like a gator and then pull it up over and all of your hair sticks out of the top. And so I flopped it over the front of my head and did the famous Bieber back over. Oh, yes. I don't know if you guys ever watched Glozell on YouTube back when, gosh, it has to be close to 20 years ago now that Glozell was talking about Justin Bieber on YouTube. Holy crap. It's been a while, but let me tell you, this back over, it was fresh. I matched my goatee perfectly to my hair and just was giving Bieber post-puberty. That was what I was giving. And you know me, usually I go by Tyler the Lady. Last night at bowling, I was Tyler the Man. And we had a great time. I was just cracking up. My friends were like trying to yell and yelling from their throats. Their throats are going to be so sore today. I'm going to tell you, if you would like to go lower or higher in your voice, use your diaphragm. Don't use your throat. Your throat is just, you're going to hurt yourself. That's how vocal tears end up. Please, honey, have some honey with your tea today because it is going to help you out. Especially when you're sick too, tea and honey, it just coats the throat. Even sometimes when I'm sick and I have a sore throat, I'll just eat a spoonful of honey. Mary Poppins said a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Guess what? Honey is medicine. It truly is. It helps you out. It coats your throat. Honey and tea, they're good for you. And honestly, if you're going to go low, do it from the diaphragm. Gotta go from the diaphragm, because if you're not going from the diaphragm, you're going to hurt yourself, bro. Oh, my goodness. And being out with all these ladies, men, I don't know, I'm just as confused as you are. We shared a lot. And even on this podcast, I'm constantly sharing. Why? Because I care. We share because we care. And by sharing, it just allows us to recognize how similar we are, how much of the same stuff is happening to each and every one of us. We normalize living, we normalize our experiences, and as a result, we grow closer together. Right? This is how we expand. We share. We share. And so this week has been a beautiful week. It started off crazy because I just had a bunch of headaches. But if you just believe that it's going to get better and you focus on the things that you want to do, and from time to time, you maybe take a little Tylenol. I had to. I couldn't get through it. That is like, I don't like taking medicine anymore, you guys. I was in the hospital a lot as a kid. I was constantly sick or injured and just, I don't even know the damage that has been done to my liver because of it. But I'm just hoping that my lack of taking medications now and my lack of drinking over the last 5 years is helping the girl out down there. Liver, I love you. I'm trying my best to not abuse you anymore. And so, I did what I had to do. And then I felt great. And it just keeps getting better if you think about it getting better. Where you focus, you guys. We can dig this life if we put in the work. And usually, when I'm putting in the work in this life, I enjoy wearing my Xero shoes. Ooh, did she just say Xero shoes? Yes, she did. Xero shoes are a barefoot shoe. They have a minimalist sole, zero drop sole, because Xero believes that we should put our feet first, because our feet carry us everywhere in this life. And the cool thing about Xero shoes is they have a 5,000-mile guarantee. Why? Because the soles don't wear out. I swear. I've had my Xero shoes, my oldest pair of Xero shoes, for forever, and the sole is still crisp. It's still there because there's not all this extra padding. There's nowhere for your foot to sink into. I feel like I've seen people, maybe you'll notice them now if you're walking behind them, and you look at the heels of their shoes and like the inside or the outside is like really worn down and their legs are either going in or out. That's because there's so much padding to wear down. That's dangerous. You have to replace your shoes all the time. They don't give you 5,000-mile guarantees on their soles. No way. But Xero does. And if you want to try a pair of Xero shoes and pay me at the same time, you can buy them through my Xero affiliate link. It is Xero with an X, xeroshoes.com/go/Tyler the Lady. And if you would like to follow me on social media or message me, reach out to me, please do. There will be some photos and video footage of me as a man. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It totally is. And I just had the best time. You can find me at Broadpoints or at Tyler the Lady. And if social media is not for you, but you want to say, hey, guess what? You could email me. Still got that email. It is broadpointspodcast@gmail.com. Now, let's wrap this week up with the fundamental phrase of the week one more time. Life's a garden. Dig it.